Ooh, everybody, welcome back to Twilight Drowning. Now we've got some new locations as far as I remember. And yeah, let's move there. Let's see. Fuck, be a good citizen. This is the most horrible thing ever. What is? Follow investigations where there's Smith's house? No. Police station? No. Wait, has he done the thing? Wait, actually. Yeah, he repaired the things. I should get this first. It's gonna be a lot of useful info, hopefully. Welcome back, detective. I guess you received my message. Indeed. What did you find inside that thing? I was hoping you would be so kind to introduce me to your beautiful colleague first. Well, thank you, sir, but... We don't have all day. Spit it out. Well, you should see for yourself. Bring a device closer so I can transfer the restored data. Keep in mind that most of the data has been lost, only some from the days before his death seem to be available. You obtained Cornelius Hubbard's Aquos. Aquos that used to belong to Cornelius Hubbard. The data inside was stored by his assistant, Dean Smith. The first step towards oblivion is always the most careless one. Open inventory and use Cornelius Hubbard to process files and documents. Empty. Cost of science. My project is a success, but only now I do realize the devastating consequences that it could entail. Being all this year for just laid the foundations, and as painful as it is for me to admit, but I've never achieved a similar result without my assistant. I wonder if he's aware of what unleashing that virus in Nova Polaris would lead to. The image of Talia torn apart by the virus haunts my nightmares and won't let me sleep. It's hard to admit, but maybe the offer from that man is not that crazy. That seems like an offer from Pandora. But the real we don't know yet. His offer is getting stronger and stronger and I'm starting to crack. I don't have much time left. But I must live for Talia's sake. I'll do everyone and carry this burn forever. Every day I look at her and realize how selfish it was to keep her by my side. Even before I knew the hell I was getting her into. Path to salvation. A safe passage leading to a better future for both of us. Tomorrow is the day, and may God have mercy on me. Very cryptic, I don't fully understand. You were created the virus? And who are these people you mentioned? Mr. Smith. We need to talk. I saw it coming. Not sure what to say. I'm as shocked as you are. The professor never mentioned anything like that, at least to me. Should ask Eugene. Sure he has something to do with this. I see. I'll go after him. Dean is lying, the mask proves it, but I don't have enough evidence to unmask him at the moment. I should find Eugene and Talia. Maybe it's worth going back to Hephaestus. I hope someone will see me. I shouldn't forget about David, although meeting him is still far down the list of my priorities. Oh yeah, I forgot about David. Map. The follow investigation, police station is where I meet him, probably Talon Square. Actually, no, Case's office. I'm gonna go there. Welcome back to my humble office. Even your first sentence is a barefaced lie. I expect nothing less from you, David. You never change, Mordred. And here I was hoping to rely on a remarkable professional integrity. If you want to talk about the evidence at Treasury Park, I have nothing to add to what I already told you at the police station. Don't worry about that. You helped me a lot by handing over the glove. There's another reason for you to be here. Spit it out. What the hell do you want? To demonstrate that the black band killed Baker. Is that interesting enough? What? It's just one of your childish jokes. I don't find it funny. You really think I could joke about something like that? It's my client's idea. I believe you've already met her. Oh. It's been a long time, detective. Abigail. Abigail, what are you doing here? I turned to Mr. Casey after that monster was killed during his first speech, worried about what could happen next. Consequences could be catastrophic in the long term, especially as if we suspect the black bands are behind it. So I'm not the only one thinking that someone within the party wanted to turn him into a martyr and then take power. Sounds more and more realistic in light of recent events. Can't believe it. We're really going to live the same nightmare 30 years ago? Even in death, that fucking Baker managed to condemn the city and led my sister to suicide. What? Your sister? Poor woman, after all she went through. It's not your fault. Baker's the only one to blame for her death. In the last letter she wrote that she couldn't live without the bride and the love of her life. That stupid woman. Only she knew the truth. Told Baker's wife the truth today. Maybe she would still be alive. No. Can't get involved more than this. My mental health is at stake. I'm really sorry for your loss, but I have to ask. Why are you doing all this? What do you gain from it? Preventing this place from getting even worse seems like a good enough reason, don't you think? When the time comes, we'll need your help to investigate, even if it could be quite dangerous. But if you trust us, nobody will end up dead ahead of time. There's something fishy about this. We just take a word for that? We're supposed to put ourselves at your disposal just like that? Can you tell us more first? I'm afraid I'm not allowed to. Everything will be clear at the right moment. So, what do you say? Are you interested in an offer? Don't trust him. What? Do you have any idea of the consequences? Do you really want to doom our city without lifting a finger? All of us done great on our own. I honestly don't think that your help would change anything. As sad as it is to admit, Mordred is right with enough problems, and you being so mysterious doesn't help either. I see. Well, we definitely can't force you to accept. You're free to go now. Have a nice evening. Damn masochists. I don't trust these people, let alone their plan. But they could be right. Things might go sideways for us. Better go back to the case now. Don't know what kind of material this is, but I'm sure I would never be able to afford anything like this. An apparently ordinary chair, but it must cost an arm and a leg. These holographic plants are really popular in Nova Palamas. I will never understand the taste of rich people. The view from this office is amazing. It's almost like watching people's lives on a big screen. I would have accepted, and I will still accept, but for right now, just cannot trust. swear, if I have to wait for hours again. Please, Maud, try to chill down or else they'll kick us out before we can even talk to anyone. Is there any problem, sir? No problem at all. Just need to talk to one of the managers here. Well, it's your lucky day, sir. My name is John Decknut, business manager at Hephaestus Tech. How may I help you? John Decknut. Okay, it looks so similar, but no. Ignorance Bliss 48. Deckar's talent for eloquence stands in stark contrast with the rough and sometimes violent behaviors he showed throughout his academic career. After graduating from business school at the University of Nova Palamos, John worked as a marketing manager for a few minor companies. He participated in meetings and conventions and made a lot of friends in high places, which granted him a job in Hephaestus, where he earned his current position a few years later. Looks on my side for once. Mordred Foley. The girl in the hologram is Hera Caris. Nice to meet you, Mr. Deckard. We're private detectives and we are here to investigate the recent homicide of Cornelius Hubbard. Oh, it's you. Received a message from the police a few hours ago. Don't tell me you suspect someone here at Hephaestus. Actually, I just want to ask you some questions about the victim and his assistants. They all used to work here, right? Yes, I know them personally. And frankly, still can't understand how this could have happened. Either way, go ahead with your questions. Dean and Eugene Smith. What do you know about Professor Harper's assistants? Eugene has always been a reserved and quite rude guy. Harper was the only person he was speaking to. He used to lock himself in the Aqua server room for days, go figure. Seemed to be obsessed with the idea of prevailing over his brother, even at the expense of his own physical and mental health. So Eugene most likely had access to the Aqua servers. I wasn't surprised by his reaction when he found out that the professor had appointed Dean as his successor despite his ambiguous behavior. What kind of behavior? He's always been staring at Talia with a strange look in his eyes, and he never hid his visceral passion for her. Despite this, how would you say his hair? Well, he's never gone too far, although his looks have always creeped me out. This is crazy. It's like everyone involved in the case has something to hide. Is this related to the mask that appeared on Dean's face when he was ratted out at Terra Equus? Ask Talia about it. Cornelius Hubbard. Could you tell me about Cornelius Hubbard? What do you want to know exactly? Well, everything. Even the tiniest detail could be crucial for the investigation. Cornelius was a very well-liked man in the company. Honestly cannot imagine someone wanting him dead. Especially now that he finally decided to get married. What was he working on before his death? As far as I know, he was carrying out research on some mechanical prosthesis to be used during surgical procedures. Nothing that could bring him trouble. So Harper was assigned to the medical branch too? Of course, the majority of our departments collaborate on various projects most of the time. Working on prosthetics, huh? Pretty interesting. Engineering of the virus. Did you tell me whether Hephaestus is producing some sort of biological weapon like a virus or something? A virus? What do you think we are? We create technologies and medical supplies. We don't organize mass murders. How'd you get that ridiculous idea? I hope it's not coming from the police. Of course not, don't worry. My colleague sometimes talks nonsense. The mask, just as I thought. The virus was a personal project carried out by Harper and one of his assistants. Or maybe only a few selected members of the management of Hephaestus. The government knew about it. But one thing is for sure. They are not at all saints. One last thing. You maybe know someone called William Payne. He used to work at the Festoys. I honestly don't, I'm sorry. You probably know this company's huge and I can't keep track of everyone. Can you please do some research on him? It's quite important for the resolution of the case. Alright, I will ask my secretary, but let me tell you, it could take a while considering the chaos of these days. Your contacts. Just send us information once you've tracked back on him. Pandora may not have killed the professor, but it doesn't change the fact that the Festoys could be involved. Do you need anything else from me? I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm a really busy man. Maybe you should show him the evidence we found. He might have gotten some misinformation. Sounds like a good idea. I don't know if that's a good idea, but sure, let's go for it. Can you confirm that any kind of data contained within each ArcOS comes from the main servers? Of course, every piece of information of every single device is saved and stored by our security systems. So it should not be possible to hack into a device and delete all its data, right? Correct. Unless someone with a valid authorization accessed the main server and decided to erase or alter its content. Who has the authorization? Usually the police, government members, and the company employees who handle the main server. Eugene and Dean could have done it any moment if they wanted to. Let's just try some things, but that was already fine. Why not? Wait. Sivas is dead? You know him? I certainly do. His name is Dimitri Sivas. He's one of the European ambassadors who came to the city a few days ago. Oh! An ambassador? That's not good. His name was Demetrius. He was a European diplomat, authorized to enter Nova Lambus and make commercial deals with Festoys. Uh-oh. Continue. When did it happen? His body was found next to the professor in a hotel room. Now I understand why he disappeared into thin air. He was our foreign trade liaison, came here to discuss about exporting ArcOS technology. That's why there's no information on him. He had diplomatic immunity and he was protected by the government. Someone finds out he's dead. It caused an international diplomatic incident. Exactly. Before I suggest, or rather I demand, you to keep this under your hands. I will take care of informing the police and those concerned. Just continue investigation for now. One last thing. Did the professor have any contact with the ambassador? Maybe with an encrypted company email address? I have no access to this kind of information, I'm sorry. What was this guy doing in Harvard's hotel room? And who the hell killed him? The case is a real nightmare. Where we answer we get, hundreds of questions arise. If there's anything else, what is this? Oh sure, I recognize these pills. Our company produces them. They are among the most powerful sleeping pills in the market. They're generally used in our hospitals and laboratories. The access to this medicine is extremely restricted. Well, very interesting. What was it doing at the crime scene? What's it effect exactly? Technically, once you swallow a pill, you fall into a deep sleep just like a coma and you usually wake up around 7 to 8 hours later. Maybe Hubbard got drugged before being killed. Alright, we have enough. You can go now. Thanks, Mr. Deckard. Delighted I could help. Please call me if you need anything else. My chickens are coming home to roast, at last. I'm starting to understand the reason behind the mask on Dean's face. You really? So, one on his face too? Yeah, showed up right after he read Harvey's files. Dean is involved too, but how? Ciao! I'm not sure. Maybe Talia could tell us more given Dean's obsession with her. How do we find her? No. No. Talon Square, maybe? The only place I still haven't visited yet, and I don't know why it even popped up in the first place. It's suspicious enough. That's where she... Wait a minute, is that... Huh? Oh, it's you, Detective Foley. Any luck with Cornelius Aquas? Yeah, Dean managed to repair it. But you're not going to like what we found inside. What do you mean? Have a look yourself. Cornelius, what have you done? I understand how you feel, but now more than ever, we need to talk. Engineering of the virus. Cornelius had always worked a great life to elevate humankind as a whole. Wait, wrong voice. Can't believe he decided to study something like this. Maybe I knew him less than I'm ready to admit. What's certain for is that silly man worried about me till the very end. According to S. Aquas, he only laid the groundwork, and one of his assistants completed the virus. Can you confirm the professor didn't have any assistants other than Dean and Eugene? Absolutely, I'm 100% sure. Means one of them is responsible for the virus, but which one? By the way, any word from Eugene? I'd really need his version of events. Not yet. Seems to be out of reach, but maybe I know how to track him down. And how you're going to do that? I cannot tell you how, but trust me, as soon as I'm done, I'll send you the right address. Alright. Dean Smith's obsession. Excuse me for asking, but is Dean Smith really obsessed with you? That's embarrassing, but yes, it's true. To be fair, he's pretty harmless. He sent me a few poems and drawings every now and then. I integrated a couple of characters of his games based on my look, but that's it. He said I was his muse, and that my influence in his life was the reason behind his success. Such a weirdo. Was Haba aware of this? He was, and they argued over that more than once, but nothing serious really. And yet they appointed Dean as his successor. What's wrong with these people? Safe passage. In the messages we found on his Aqua OS, the professor mentioned an offer, a safe passage for both of you in exchange for his research. The same research the people who promised him salvation were apparently interested in. Has Haba ever mentioned anything like that? Cornelius has always wanted to go abroad and marry me, but leaving Nora Polamos is not as simple as you can imagine. especially when you're a valuable man to a company that works so closely with the government. During the weeks before his death, he couldn't stop saying how happy he was to have me by his side, and he couldn't wait to marry me. It's like he was forcing himself to sound happy, but in reality, he was hiding some kind of pain deep down in his heart. Other than that, he never talked about running away on any research, or maybe about a couple of emails sent abroad of the clock, but that's all. Wait, say it again. Emails of the clock? Lately, Cornelius was sending more emails than usual. When he was not at work, most of them addressed abroad. Communications abroad, off the clock, huh? Very interesting. Alright, he told me enough. Believe me, I would like to tell you more, detective. Don't worry, just call me when you hear from me, Jean. Rest assured I will, and thank you. I truly appreciate what you're doing for Cornelius. So, dear Professor had contacts abroad and argued several times with his successor. Eva, you hear everything? Of course. But we're still far from the truth. Indeed, but at least the evidence we collected should be enough to unmask Dean. Alright. Let's go. Time to save. Smith's house. Oh. That move. So, you didn't know anything about the virus the offer received by the professor, is that correct? Pick. Nasty. Indeed, I never expected a professor to work on something like that. Liar, I did know it, and I'm here to prove it. If you don't mind, I'll be straight with you. Do you believe Pandora killed the professor? I guess so. Probably Pandora was the contact he mentioned in his messages. What if I told you he has nothing to do with him? What? Then it must be him. Well, that's your opinion. This time, the modus operandi is quite different, and this evidence proves it. No matter how hard one tries to replicate Pandora's ways, it is inevitable to make some small mistakes. Especially if those investigating the case have years of direct experience with Pandora, while the only information publicly available are censored by the media. Look at this photograph. Do you really think this maniac's work is not explicit enough already, without having to leave a message? The real Pandora would never leave such clues about the myth, letting the audience figure it out the past of this sick game. I'm not following, detectives. Why are you telling me this? You'll see. You know, Haba was planning to run away with Talia with the help of someone who was interested in his research. Research linked to a terrible virus which conveniently was engineered with the help of one of his beloved assistants. He never mentions him by name, but from my investigations I came to the conclusion that the person he had to meet was... You? I'm running out of patience. I have enough with this rant. Oh, this can't be it. No. Meet receivers. Second victim was his contact? How is that possible? In order to arrange an escape without getting caught by the police, I need someone outside the control system just like Sivas. Both he and Tava had access to encrypted emails and they ran business with Hephaestus. And that's how the ambassador could know in depth about Taba's studies. Also, Talia confirmed Tava was having direct contacts abroad lately, probably arranging the escape. Probably arranged a meeting at the Five Twins Hotel that night. while he was around the city for business. That day, the room was accessed 3 times, twice with the key, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And once by request at 1 a.m. The owner of the hotel said the professor's always been alone, and at 1 a.m. the hotel was pretty deserted. Let's not forget, you need a special card to enter. It's easy to guess that he came at 4 p.m. to check things out, then he came back at 8 p.m. along with the ambassador to close the deal. Cornelius was probably waiting for him next to his room. Access to the hall was free and he didn't want to be seen with him. What's interesting though is that after 8 p.m. none of them left the room. This evidence proves it. What? Yes? Oh, please. I knew it, you're not the clown, you're the entire circus. God damn it. Yeah, we have to load the save data. Alright, I know we have an autosave, but we still should go to Smith's house and do this again. How do we prove that he didn't leave though? Except therefore that he's dead? Hello? And this evidence proves. So maybe. Oh, it is the right evidence. Easy bot. Howard was killed at 0:45 am by the ambassador about 50 minutes later, which coincidentally was the last access to the room. This means the professor was killed by... I'm not trying to say this guy killed him, that wouldn't make any sense. Must be Dean. Okay. There's no other way. This man was the only one who could have killed Helltower. What? The professor was drugged, tied up, and after a few hours repeatedly stabbed to death. Demetrius tried to emulate Pandora's modus operandi, conscious that no one could ever bust him. He was feeling safe since basically no one knew his identity. But I feel like you were well aware of that. Isn't that right, Mr. Smith? And why did he wait for so long? Why not simply kill him and leave when no one was around? No. After tracking Humber, he waited patiently until just before 1 AM because... he was waiting for someone. Our friend was waiting for someone he did cut a deal with in order to kill the professor. So he was not surprised when he heard the door beeping. And I bet that was your brother. Or rather you, Mr. Dean. How dare you? You have no idea about my relationship with Cornelius. Sure, but I do know about your feelings for Talia instead. With Hubba out of your way, you could have her all to yourself. I bet that was your plan when you accepted to get rid of him. What kind of monster do you think I am? I may be in love, but I'm not a murderer. Well, it's quite possible that Eugene is responsible, given his hatred against Hubble for not being appointed as his successor. Besides, if he was the one who created the virus and discovered the purpose plan, he would have had plenty of reasons to kill him. Anyway, I have a feeling that Demetrius made a deal with either one of you to kill the professor, blame Pandora, and run away with the virus. Keep throwing stones. All you're looking for is a scapegoat, with nothing that links us to a crime scene. No, actually, we do. This evidence proves that either you or Eugene planned the murder. The ambassador. Yakva OS. Oh, god damn it. What? But what is the proof then? This evidence proves it. There's a picture. The ambassador. Piece of paper when they entered. Voice was killed by the diplomat. Why did one wait for no? Because he was waiting for someone. How dare you? You've no idea about my relationship with Cornelius. Sure, but I do know about your feelings for Talia and Dad. How about if you could have all her to yourself? That was the plan, we to get rid of him. What kind of monster do you think I am? I may be in love, but I'm not a murderer. Oh, it's quite possible that Eugene is responsible, given his hatred against Hubbard for not being apparent as his successor. Besides, if he was the one who created the virus and discovered the professor's plan, he would have plenty of reasons to kill him. Anyway, I have a feeling that Demetrius made a deal with either one of you to kill the professor, blame Pandora, and to run away with the virus. Keep throwing stones. All we're looking for is a scapegoat. We have nothing that links us to the crime scene. Oh, actually, we do. Evidence proves that either you or Eugene planned the murder of the ambassador. Why is it not the OS? Oh, to the pills? Oh yes, okay. Demetrius struck the professor with these pills and waited several hours before killing him so they could meet with the person he was murdered by shortly after. What the hell? What have those pills got to do with us? Hephaestus provides them to doctors and researchers. It's almost impossible to obtain them otherwise. One of the murderers at Hephaestus, John Deckard, confirmed it. He said that Demetrius didn't show up yet. Could have got them only from an outsider, someone who was aware of the professor's plans and wanted to betray him. One of you too. And you just happen to be the only ones able to encrypt Hubbard's Aquarius data after using it to get in and kill Demetrius. Why do you keep dragging me into this? I helped you repair it. Why would I do that if I wanted him dead? You dumb idiots, useless sons of a dog. You don't know what my brother is capable of. Keep blaming me without knowing anything. That fool is going to kill us all. It's just a matter of time. We must stop him, find him, slaughter him. Now he's going to kill us all of us, down to the last one. No, 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 no. I don't want to die. The new mask, because of his mental breakdown. Mordred, get away from him. He's trying to scam me. come down already and tell us where the hell your brother is. I swear I don't know. Don't know. There's no one believe me. I hate you all of you. What the? Where's he going? Never mind, forget about him. I think there's nothing to do with the murder anyway. And we haven't found the other 2 bullets yet. With a possible biological attack going on. That's what you're thinking about? Huh? What's this? Message from Talia. Well, apparently she worked her magic. Even though it's just some random data about a GPS signal. Oh great, and what are we supposed to do with that? I don't know, maybe try to come. Easier said than done. We have to make them quick. If we really want to use the virus, we are in serious trouble. Trying to find some coordinates. Meanwhile, I'm alerting the police. Just when needed. Okay, let's make a break. Restore the network and find the coordinates by covering the whole grid with GPS signal boosters. Select the cell we want to place it or remove it. Keep in mind that each booster extends with 2 cells radius in every direction, but can't overcome the radio frequency shielding of the city. Be careful, every grid area has to be influenced by only 1 booster, otherwise it will overload. What? Not good. I feel like I'm so close to the solution yet so far away. I can place as many as I want. Well, that one is completely correct here. Ah, shit. Can overload anything here. Alright. Let's rethink this. Let's go from the middle. I mean, so this makes complete sense. Alright, here we are. Here's the problem. Here. This is gonna overload no matter what. How do we get here? And we need something there. But I don't and like what the hell does it want from me? I don't understand. This doesn't work, right? Because well we could go up here then, but this is overlap. Oh. 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 Okay, never mind. Okay, here we go. Destination available. Laboratory 42. Looks like the fool is one of the laboratories of Hephaestus and all of the other districts of the city. Come on, it's not far from here. That's where we're gonna go now. Or, well said, in the next episode of Twilight Drowning. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until the next episode, have a great one. Bye bye.